More of us qualify for the COVID booster, but only in Arkansas.
And gas prices may be less of a shock ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Your HU16 news starts right now. Hello and welcome to HU16's Live at 5. I'm Emily Sundermeyer.
And I'm Caroline Sellers. Thank you for joining us. Arkansas sees the largest single-day increase in COVID-19 cases in over a month. The Arkansas Department of Health reported 814 new cases of COVID-19 today. The Department of Health also reported a rise of 13 in the total COVID-19 death toll. However, COVID hospitalizations fell to the lowest it has been in almost 5 months.
The governor is hoping more people will get COVID booster shots with the new mandate that goes against CDC recommendations. Here explaining HU16's Chloe Schlifka live from the newsroom. Hello, Chloe.
Thanks, Emily. Yesterday, Governor Asa Hutchinson held his weekly press conference. The governor announced, I'm Chloe Schlifka, HU16 News. Back to you, Emily.
You may see a new treatment against COVID coming soon. The vaccine producer Pfizer is asking the Food and Drug Administration to approve its COVID-19 treatment pill. The request comes after an increase in COVID-19 cases as the cold weather is forcing more people indoors where viruses spread faster. Pfizer's pill is one of several that have been shown to decrease hospitalizations and deaths among those infected with COVID-19. Pfizer is looking to launch the distribution of their pill in the coming weeks.
Searcy mourns the death of a local motorcyclist. 23-year-old Tanner Neal was killed in a collision yesterday evening at the intersection of Mott Street and Market Avenue. Neal was riding his motorcycle down Market Avenue when he failed to yield the right-of-way to a vehicle heading north. The two collided, resulting in Neal's death. One Searcy Police Department patrolman says the weather conditions did not play a factor as the weather was clear and the street was dry at the time of the accident.
A Searcy man is sentenced to prison. 41-year-old Thomas Alvin Jinks has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for multiple charges, including aggravated assault. Jinks was accused of beating his girlfriend and threatening her with a handgun. Jinks claimed it was self-defense, but was still sentenced last week. Gas prices have dropped for the first time in a while, but not by much. Gas prices in Arkansas and nationwide dropped by an average of 2 cents this past week. However, the average price is still at $3.40 a gallon. According to one recent survey, a significant number of Americans said they were forced to reconsider holiday travel plans because of gas prices.
An electric vehicle manufacturer is creating new jobs in Northwest Arkansas. Yesterday, the company Canoe announced plans to relocate its headquarters from California to Bentonville. The headquarters is expected to provide more than 500 jobs for Bentonville residents. Canoe will also be establishing a research and development facility in Fayetteville. Arkansas universities have seen a decline in international students. The state of Arkansas saw a 12% decline in the number of international students for the 2020-2021 school year. At the University of Arkansas, numbers went down by 14%. Many believe that the pandemic was the main factor in this decline and hope to see the numbers grow again next year. The weather warmed up today, but is expected to go back down.
HU16's Emma McDarris is here to give us an update. What's it looking like out there, Emma?
Stay tuned to see what this week's weather is going to be like. We'll see you after the break. Good afternoon and welcome back to HU16's Weather Report. I'm Emma McDarris. Let's get into our weather. Right now it is about 68 degrees here in Searcy and it's been cloudy. Thank you. That's everything for HU16's weather. I'm Emma McDarris. Over to you, Emily.
Thanks, Emma. A partial lunar eclipse is happening this week.
And a former Arkansas governor is speaking at Harding tonight. That and more after the break. All of the U.S. will be able to see a historic event this week. A partial lunar eclipse is set to happen Thursday night and into the early hours of Friday morning and will last for 6 hours. An eclipse that hasn't been seen since the year 1440 and won't be seen again for over 600 years. The max eclipse point will be at 3:02 a.m. for those wanting to see it. The U.S. Postal Service wants your help during their busiest season of the year. They reminded people this week to send gifts and packages to their loved ones as early as possible. Last holiday season set a record for the USPS as they had delivered 13 billion letters, cards, and packages. The USPS is expecting to deliver up to 9.7 million packages each Sunday of this holiday season. Sending items now will allow you to avoid the rush.
A new study has some troubling news about the health of Arkansans compared to others across the country. The state is one of the most obese in America. HU16's Jackson Trahant joins us live from the newsroom with more on the story. Jackson.
Thanks, Emily. A study done by Wallet Hub shows that Arkansas is the third most obese state in the United States. Well, that's all I have for you. I'm Jackson Trahant, HU16 News. Over to you, Caroline.
A VIP in Arkansas politics is coming to Harding's Benson Auditorium tonight. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee will be speaking at 7:30 tonight to kick off the American Studies Institute's Distinguished Lecture Series. Huckabee was a presidential candidate in 2008 and 2016 and finished second in the Republican primary in 2008. Among other achievements, he was ranked one of the top 5 governors in America by Time magazine. Huckabee was also the host of the weekend TV show Huckabee on Fox News and author of 14 New York Best Time-selling books. The former governor first spoke at Harding following the 9/11 attacks in 2001, and he will be discussing changes he has seen in politics since then, as well as lessons he's learned during his political career.
The Harding's men's basketball team kicks off for the first time this season on Thursday night in the Rhodes Reeves Fieldhouse at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are now available at hardingsports.com/tickets.
And basketball isn't the only thing coming up. HU16's Ethan Kahn is here to tell us everything happening this week in sports. What do you have, Ethan?
Thanks, Emily. It is a quiet few days in the sports world at Harding, but not for long, as volleyball and football postseasons are right around the corner, and we'll tell you all about what those mean for Harding after the break. Postseason volleyball gets underway on Thursday as the GAC volleyball tournament from Hot Springs, Arkansas starts with 4 quarterfinal matchups. Harding comes in at the 4 seed and will start out against the 5 seed East Central. The Lady Bisons lost a nail-biter in their only matchup with the Tigers this season, lost in 5 sets on October 23rd. But Harding has rallied since that game and has not lost since, rattling off 5 straight wins. Thursday's game will be the 4th quarterfinal game starting at approximately 7:30 p.m. The regular season for Division II football has come to a close, so let's take a look at the playoff bracket. Harding comes in at the 2 seed in the Midwest region, coming in only behind Ferris State from Michigan. The other seeded teams in the region are Northwest Missouri State at the 3 seed and Grand Valley State at the 4 seed. Harding is the only GAC team to make the playoffs, as critical late-season losses knocked out Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist out of playoff contention. So the Bisons will host Washburn this Saturday for the first round of the playoffs, with hopes of hosting a second-round game for the first time in school history the following Saturday. For even more on Harding football, let's send it over to HU16's Sydney Bryant. Hey, Sydney.
Thanks, Ethan. The freshly crowned GAC football champions, the Harding Bisons, are gearing up for their first home playoff game since 2016. Ethan, that's all I have. Back to you.
And even when all the Harding football action is over for the season, there will still be football superstars on campus. As a part of their Distinguished Lecture Series, the Harding ASI will present Tim Tebow. Tebow is a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback and an NCAA champion for the Florida Gators, as well as spent time on 5 NFL teams. He is also an outspoken Christian who has authored a book about faith and football. Tebow will be speaking in Harding's Benson Auditorium on January 18th, 2022. That's all I have for your HU16 Live at 5 Sports. Over to you, Caroline and Emily.
Thanks, Ethan. Even though it's early, one Christmas light display is getting some happy attention.
You'll see it, plus an update on our final weather when we come back.
Season is right around the corner, and one grandfather is already in the spirit with his special Christmas light display. Keith Mitchell tells us all about it.
Got down on one knee, snow was falling on them, but it's Christmas, and the kids love it, and the adults love it even more.
Wow, Emily, that is just a wonderful story. It's nice to see people already getting into the Christmas spirit.
It sure was. Makes me excited for Christmas. Now over to Emma with our final weather.
Before we go, let's take one last look at our 5-day forecast. Day forecast, I'm Emma McDarris. Over to you, Emily.
Thank you for joining us for HU16's Live at 5, where community matters.
Stay tuned for a replay of this morning's chapel, and we'll see you tomorrow. car accident leads to a Searcy man's death.
And Harding students come together to support an injured classmate. Your HU16 News starts right now. Hello and welcome to HU16's Live at 5. I'm Jackson Trahant.
And I'm Caroline Sellers. Thank you for joining us. A Searcy man dies in a fatal car accident. 63-year-old James Gaines was driving east on Arkansas 36 this morning when his vehicle drove off of the road. Gaines' truck overturned after crossing multiple lanes of traffic and crashed into a tree. Troopers say the weather conditions were clear and dry at the time of the accident.
Authorities have identified a body that was found in Wynn. The body found has been identified as 70-year-old Wynn resident Howard Earl Holmes. A resident reported the body Sunday afternoon after finding it in a shallow drainage ditch between Ash and Front Streets. The investigation is ongoing. If you have any information, contact State Police or the Wynn Police Department.
The child pornography trial of Josh Duggar continues today with a Homeland Security investigator taking the stand. Duggar is the oldest son of the famously large Duggar family featured in TLC's 19 Kids and Counting. He's accused of downloading explicit photos involving children as young as 7 years old. Today's testimony focused on how investigators obtained the electronic evidence and what complications there were with the different timelines and files. The defense team argues that prosecutors arrested the wrong person.
Searcy police are investigating an armed robbery that happened very close to Harding University campus. HU16's Maddie Powers joins us live with more information. Hello, Maddie.
Thank you, Jackson. Early this past Wednesday morning, a gas station right outside of Harding's campus was robbed at gunpoint. Reporting for HU16, I'm Maddie Powers. Back to you, Jackson.
Thanks, Maddie. The former Craighead County clerk has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. Cade Holliday pleaded guilty to 4 counts of theft of property and 1 count of forgery. Holliday stole nearly $14,000 from a local nonprofit, in addition to forging alcoholic beverage control applications. Holliday is set to enter police custody on December 10th.
A new COVID-19 variant is making some rethink vaccinations. According to a new study, almost 30% of unvaccinated study participants are reconsidering their stance. This comes in the wake of the rapidly spreading Omicron variant first detected in South Africa. That has now spread to the UK, Hong Kong, Italy, and Germany, among other countries. The first case of the Omicron variant in the U.S. was confirmed in California yesterday. Searcy residents may get an opportunity to try their hand at a new sport. Plans to transform 2 of Berry Hill Park's tennis courts into 8 pickleball courts was introduced at Tuesday's council meeting. The proposed addition would also include 1 more tennis court, resulting in 8 pickleball courts and 6 tennis courts. The construction would cost an estimate of a little over $1.3 million and has not yet been approved. The sun has been shining and the weather has been warming up.
HU16's Emma McDarris is here to update us on our weather. What's it looking like out there, Emma?
Well, we should have a little bit of cooler weather going into our weekend. Stay tuned to see your weekend weather. We'll see you after the break.